Tension hung heavy over Jomo Kenyatta International Airport on August 21st as former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua's plane touched down after a controversial trip to the United States. The air was thick with anticipation, not just for his return, but for what his allies claimed was a meticulously planned government operation to silence him. Cleophas Malala, the outspoken deputy leader of the Democracy for Citizens Party DCP, stood at the forefront, sounding the alarm on a chilling plot that could shake Kenya's political landscape.
They wanted to arrest him.
Malala's voice rang out in a press conference, his words sharp and unyielding. He claimed that 182 officers from the Directorate of Criminal Investigations DCI had been deployed to JKIA with a singular mission: to arrest Gachagua the moment he stepped off the plane.
We had to take measures to ensure that he is safe because they are targeting him. You saw the fracas that was at his entry. He was being taken in all the terminals because they wanted to arrest him. They had 182 DCI officers stationed at the airport just to ensure they arrest him, but the power of the people prevailed. And they mishandled him at the exit.
This was not just a routine security detail, Malala alleged, but a deliberate move to intimidate and suppress a leader who had rattled the Kenya Kwanza government with his bold accusations abroad. Gachagua, while in the US, had linked President William Ruto to extremist groups like Al-Shabaab and Sudan's Rapid Support Forces, sparking outrage and calls for his arrest from Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen and other officials. The plot, according to Malala, went beyond a simple arrest. He revealed that the government had planned to divert Gachagua's flight, forcing it to cycle in Kenyan airspace before potentially redirecting it to Mombasa or Kisumu. This tactic, he argued, was designed to prevent Gachagua from addressing his supporters in Nairobi and to disrupt his homecoming rally planned at Kamukunji. Malala's accusation painted a picture of a government desperate to control the narrative, willing to manipulate logistics to keep Gachagua out of the capital.
Nothing happened. They absolutely disregarded our protocol requisition. But be it as it may, we are thankful that our party leader is in good health.
As Gachagua's plane finally landed at JKIA, the scene was anything but ordinary. A heavy police presence, including anti-riot units and water cannons, greeted former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. Malala claimed that DCI officers swarmed the tarmac ready to apprehend Gachagua, but the plan faltered under the weight of public pressure. Hundreds of DCP supporters had gathered at the airport, turning it into a fortress of defiance. Their presence, Malala argued, forced the government to back down, and Gachagua walked free, though not without tension. The drama did not end at JKIA. As Gachagua's convoy made its way along Mombasa Road toward Nairobi city center, it was ambushed by a group of stone-throwing youths. Malala pointed the finger at Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja, alleging he had hired those goons to create chaos and endanger Gachagua's life.
Why was someone stoning that convoy? First of all, it was not a threat to anything. Yeah, it was not. There were not many people, you know. And even assuming even there were many people, they were not disrupting anything, you know. It was. I mean, I thought the goons that threw stones were actually totally misguided.
Police responded with tear gas, dispersing the crowd, but the incident left Gachagua's team shaken. For his safety, Gachagua was quickly evacuated from Mombasa Road, his planned rally at Kamukunji cancelled to avoid further escalation. Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen swiftly addressed the chaos, denying any government plan to arrest Gachagua. Murkomen shifted the blame squarely onto the DCP, accusing its members of inciting the confrontations that turned the airport into a battleground. He added that Gachagua could be summoned to record a statement if investigations deemed it necessary, but insisted there was no plot to detain him.
We need to respect our airport. Yeah, generally. We are at a certain standard in the airport where we have signed to certain protocols that enables us to fly directly to various countries in Europe, US, and so forth. So it's important not to make our airport center for political activities. And I expected a certain level of decorum among our leaders.
The events at JKIA sent shockwaves through Kenya's legal and human rights communities. Lawyer Charles Kanjama, a prominent voice, condemned the government's actions as deeply saddening and urged human rights activists to take up the issue. In a statement that resonated widely, Kanjama compared the incident to the authoritarian tactics of the 1990s when dissent was crushed with impunity.
It is tremendously disturbing. And I must say that that is one of the most urgent priority areas for any human rights advocate or champion, for any champion of good governance, because it is slipping back to the dark days. And those dark days are littered in Kenya's history.
Malala, undeterred, announced that Gachagua will address the nation the following week, likely at a scheduled Kamukunji rally.
Officially, we will be staging our party leader on Tuesday. He will speak to the nation. We will invite everybody to listen to him. And we are confident that nothing will happen to him. He's in good health.
This upcoming address is expected to tackle the JKIA incident, the government's alleged overreach, and Gachagua's broader vision for the country, setting the stage for a high-stakes political showdown. As Kenya braces for Gachagua's speech, the events of August 21st have exposed deep fissures in the nation's political fabric. Malala's claims of 182 DCI officers and a diverted flight remain unverified by official records, but they have fueled public suspicion of the government's intentions. The stone-throwing incident on Mombasa Road, coupled with Murkomen's denial and blame on DCP supporters, has only deepened the divide. With activists and lawyers like Kanjama sounding the alarm, the question looms: is Kenya sliding back into an era of political repression, or is this merely a turbulent chapter in a democracy under strain? The nation waits for Gachagua's next move. As Malala's allegations and the JKIA saga continue to dominate headlines, one thing is clear: this story is far from over, and its ripples will shape Kenya's political future. Newsroom, Maisha TV, Reader Kering Chebet.